Today, I'm going to be providing you with a tip how to ensure that your foot straps are ultra secure regardless of your intensity and stroke rating. Recently on the channel, I was asked a question: how do you keep your foot straps secure when they are overused, frayed, and slipping because of the amount of use that they get perhaps at your local gym? And as you all probably recognize, the machine is set up as such that you can loosen your strap, slide your foot in, set it, and then pull it nice and tight. And in doing so, that should ensure that your feet are secure on the machine. That said, when these straps are old, when they start to fray, they can potentially start to slip in the fastener, and as you row, your feet can start to loosen up the strap more and more and more. Now, if you're following along with the channel, you probably know that I prefer athletes to be as little reliant as possible on the foot straps at the finish of the stroke and the change of direction into the front end, which is why we spend so much time doing drills like feet out rowing, where we're pressing, squeezing through, and maintaining pressure against feet and handle across the drive of the rowing stroke. Now, this is much easier to do at lower stroke ratings, much harder to do as the stroke rating goes up. On a rowing machine, as we get above 26, 28 strokes per minute, that change of direction becomes more difficult, and we are reliant slightly on the foot straps for the change of direction. So you can imagine if you're doing a 500-meter piece or a 1,000-meter piece and you're rowing 34 strokes per minute, the change of direction does necessitate some security around the finish when it comes to the foot straps. As such, when we go to the higher ratings, we want to feel that our feet are going to stay put each change of direction. So as the stroke rating comes up, we want to feel that we have that little bit of security that allows that change of direction around the finish of the stroke. And to the point that was made through the comment, if each stroke that we take causes these foot straps to loosen up, loosen up, loosen up as we're taking stroke after stroke after stroke, then when we get into the higher stroke ratings, it can become difficult to change direction because we just don't have that security around the back end. And you could probably see through the stroke pattern there, I was getting stuck at the finish, having trouble getting back to the front end. So what can we do about it? Well, beyond just cinching these foot straps down uncomfortably tight and allowing them to gradually loosen throughout the piece, there is one more thing that we can do with the foot straps to give greater security and less movement and slip in those straps. So beyond putting our feet into the foot stretcher and cinching tight with the strap, what else can we do to ensure that the strap stays put when it is worn out and prone to slipping? And what we can do is, once we have cinched down our feet to a comfortable, snug, but comfortable position, we can then push on this tab, we can loop back with the strap, and we can feed the strap through this cinching mechanism. Now it's looped over and it's back through, and we can pull that down, and now it's looped back on itself, and this is going nowhere. And that can create greater security so that when we go back up to the higher stroke ratings, we have foot straps that are not going anywhere. And I'll give you an up-close view of that now down onto the foot so you can see how this works and how we can loop back and you can cinch those straps closed. Okay, and now for that top-down angle. So you would just slide your feet in as you usually would, you grab the strap, and you go ahead and cinch it tight as you normally would. Where it says C2, just go ahead and push that down. That will expose the back of the tab, which still has space, and through that space, we are feeding the canvas strap through, keep our hand down on the tab as we pull, move the thumb out of the way, and cinched close. And there you now have a very secure foot strap. Even if the strap is worn, even if the machine has a lot of miles on it, this should keep your feet nice and stable in the foot stretcher through the entirety of any piece that you do. Now, again, as much as possible, we do not want to rely on the foot straps to hold us in at the finish of the stroke, nor do we want to become overly reliant on the foot straps as mechanism to bring us back forward. So we don't want to be lifting up with the feet to pull ourselves over. We want to maintain a strong finish position regardless of speed, regardless of intensity, regardless of strokes per minute. And from this strong core position, allow the arms to come freely and then use the core to tilt back forward. At higher stroke ratings, it will become a little bit of a combination of needing this security, but not letting go of the necessity of that strong finish position. We do not want to become overly reliant on the feet as a mechanism to bring us back into the front end of the rowing stroke. We want them to help in the stability at the finish, but then we want the body to be able to tilt forward freely and roll through the front end. And that is why on this channel you see so much feet out rowing. You see finish pause, you see arms away pause, you see body over pause. All of these things are geared towards making sure that through the drive we're maintaining pressure against feet and handle to the finish, that we're finishing in a very strong position, and that we're allowing freedom from that position forward, achieving the body angle forward before the knees rise. So if you haven't seen any of the other videos on this channel, please go back, check them out. The better job we can do at the lower stroke ratings and intensities to utilize the foot straps as little as possible, the better off we will be when we go to higher intensity and higher strokes per minute. So I really appreciate the comment and the question, because this is a little known function. This loop, swoop, and pull on the rowing machine is not really a known function, but one that can become necessary if you're finding yourself on a machine where the foot straps are slipping. And as you can see, it's an effort just for me to close this tab this way, so you can be sure that your feet will stay put in this loop, swoop, and pull, if you will, up and back over the toe to keep the foot strap nice and secure around the finish. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, share it with your friends and teammates, and know there'll be even more rowing content coming to you soon.